Beautiful ladies, magical gents, this is truly the time to allow the magic in your life. If you want magic and you want the shifts and you want the transformation and you pretty damn tired of everything going on, this is the time to really step into this and allow yourself that 3 months of transition. There's no other time than right now. If you want the magic, you gotta allow it, you gotta do the work to move through it and have fun with it. Without having fun but moving through processes of energetic downloads, then the magic doesn't truly happen, because Spirit wants us to have fun, to live an abundant lifestyle, and to be truly happy and passionate without your life, within your life, without the outer compartments that could every energy down as much as they can. Actually, this is what we know. So here, let's break down and what is going to happen to rise in lifestyle, to rise not only in vibration but in consciousness, and allowing the original content of your consciousness to open up wild style. In a way, you become part of the entire cosmological soup, and where you start to see inside out. So easier said than done? I don't think so, because the gates are open. It takes us through a magical portal point, starting with your home base station. So that is all, triggered by everything that is dear to your heart, that is dear to your consciousness, that is dear to your family members, that is dear to all your connection, and that is actually your own heart vibration that starts to vibrate when it lives in passion, in joy, in service to others, to self, to the entire universe. Not only people not only species but when the energy flips inside out, you are truly triggered to go home. Going home is a large subject on the planet, and a very, very important subject, as we all need a foundation. We need a home-based station. Either way, if you live alone, or you live with a spouse, or you have a huge family with children and everything, and aunts and uncles and whatever, it is all the same. Finding a home-based station, because everybody may feel pretty much alone, even when living within a large family conglomeration, so to speak. And that is because they've lost the connection to the true origins. Actually up to us to truly connect with it, to allow it. And many people, which I'm very, very happy about, is they finally opened to the so-called people that work with light, that work with spirits. And because in a lot of times we were called spiritual workers or something, or light workers. I don't like these terms. We are all light workers, we're all spiritual, because without spirit in the body, your body doesn't beat, your heart doesn't beat. I'm sorry. And so finding that reconnection between brain and heart composition needs the throat to go all the way, and that is the most important part of the body that needs to resurrect with everything you are doing. Or everything in your home-based station is okay. If you have dogs, if you have cats, I'm very fond of animals. I'm also an animal psychologist, so that is also part of lifting your vibration, lifting their vibration, taking care of the lost animals, taking care of lost children, taking care of whatever comes within your vision, wherever you live around the world. And that matters most, because that is actually your home. If you can have passion with serving others, and thus actually serving yourself, because you learn from it, that is going home. Going home I talked a lot about this year being the year in which the chemistry of universal vibration comes through, also termed alchemy. And when we live in alchemy, we alchemize, we start to manifest on the spot. So I have a series of 36 videos about the alchemy. Very interesting because we are moving into a new tree of life, already moved into it for like decades. And so old stuff doesn't work anymore. And I believe many people are very much tired of the old ways of healing. The recycled healing is what I term, that do not have instant manifestations, that do not have like a universal constant. So when you heal something out, it needs to leave the body immediately. That is actually what I do. I mean, that is where healing works, and reason for it being actually because people are so connected and refusing to release soul consciousness. The removal of soul, the old sun syndrome, is imperative because the sun was broken and we are part of the solar system, and thus it broke us in simple terms, right? And reason why people have that bloating syndrome in their solar plexus is because all of the emotional content is stored up there, and the waters, as the body is 90% almost water, circulates with your solar plexus center. Then the answer is very easy. We move back into the origin, and that is moving home. The origin is removing the old blockages within the sacral and removing actually everything ever termed chakra system. I've talked about it a lot because it is, you know, cutting your vibration down in different compartments, different rooms, actually termed chakras, is what cut us in duality. We need one flow, one stream of light, these days termed pillars of light, opening up from the heart and removing the emotional content, moving into the higher senses and your spiritual vibration back home. And that is where your vibration in the new tree of life starts off with the capstone of creation, the capstone on the pyramids. If we look at all the pyramids on the earth, we become a pyramid of creation that is part of our geometrical patterns, the alchemy, sacred geometry, and that opens up with the new tree of life. The old tree of life has nothing left to offer because it streams on consciousness that doesn't heal, but rather, you know, cuts the vibration very much down. And reason why people are very much tired of healing inside out, of doing that work with no results, that's quite obvious. When I come up with courses like the Eternal Healer and Self-Mastery, you move straight into the pillar of light. You remove every organ of its old mental barriers, or you can move straight into the alchemy, opening the capstone of creation, opening the all-seeing eye, opening the eye from within and raising your vibration and doing what it takes. That all makes up a part of going home, where you release everything you suffered, all traumatic abuse, you know, everything what most people suffered from is lung diseases, because if you can't breathe like many minutes in many miles in circumference and your lungs are diseased. We have all been born with lung diseases due to the matrix, due to being born in a low vibrational planet. So, and that is resurrecting because the planet is moving into its home base station, working with the 12 ways of creations, connected to the whole zodiac sign, connected to all the planets and the cosmos, connected to all the universes, connected to the 10 higher ways, and combining the higher ways with the creator ways, we make up the 22 ways of magical transformation, connected to the 22 letters in the alphabet. Just by toning the Hebrew alphabet, you can have magical, magical transformation in your brain, because with it you will say, I want to go home. I want to go back into the origin. I do not want to remain into the old broken fractures of the old earth, because the demarcation line has been set. There is those living in the matrix and those living in the light fields, and you have the choice to move up there or to remain up there. And so if you are up there, that is where you listen to what everything is being told to you. Here you take your life into your own arms, and you cradle your life in a platform where you truly want to be. Alignment to the alchemy is opening the capstone from within and getting your higher self into that capstone in your brains, because that is one of the lost glands. Another lost gland was a power gland up here, and we cannot move into self-empowerment without reinstalling the power within the throat, the brain, and the heart. And then that can open up with the new tree of life, or the flower of life. So moving the flower, or thinking about the flower of life, how it is flourishing when you align to it and install it in your energy field, actually it opens, you see, all arcs of consciousness, and each arc has massive, massive information for you to open up from within, so you can work with each arc. So I started designing them. It's part of a new project Spirit asked me to bring through for you. Each arc has more than an hour of meditational alignments, because we move from healing into alignments, and these alignments heal a lot more quicker than healing sessions. So that is the new you, the new no more spiritual old vibration. No more old light body, no more old geometry, no more old sacred mathematics, no more old designs, no more old stuff. I mean, you know, you pull your hand up for old stuff. That's all you need to do. That is because, you know, that old stuff drags you down. If you don't have instant manifestation, healing happening and vibrating upside down with one single alignment in meditation, then that is, you know, connected to the old. That is simple. And so if interested, I have a free webinar for both larger transitions. So one is the foundation into the internal healer and self-mastery, opening up the pillars of light. At least if you're connected to that, then you can each day just connect to the pillars of light in your heart, and you will change very, very fast as well. And or go straight away into the alchemy. And that is a very, very powerful 5-day transition, holding on to it, at least knowing the languages of light. They are in that